Hello everybody. Happy Tuesday. We are getting this shared around. Make sure that you share this. Make sure you say hello. And if you are live, say hashtag live. And if this is a replay you're watching, hashtag replay, okay? We want to know how many people have joined us live and where this is going to. Very exciting. So hello, hi Kim, hi Carol. How are y'all doing? You know what this is all about, right? I know you know. So I'm hoping that I'm going to keep the stream going here. I have really had some connection issues with trying to do stuff with my team since I'm up at, I'm in West by God, West Virginia, and I am visiting Lee's family and at the pool and cooking good food, and it's all good. But you know, we still had to do the RepFest pop-ups. This is important. There is still time for you to join and register. I have the link. I got to tell you, that's the other thing I've got to do. Hold on, guys. I got to see if I can. The Avon RepFest link is up at the top. So don't think it's too late. You know, some of your best decisions are made at the last minute. But we want everybody to know why you should be. Hi, Roger. Happy 4th to you. We want everybody to know why they should be at RepFest and what you can get from it and how it can help you grow. And not just in business, but as a person. We had the Avon famous Michael Senjak on Friday, and it was absolutely amazing. And he actually, I'm still looking for my third person, so know that even on this one, we have had 2 people who have signed up, and he is sending them a Herbie the Hedgehog because the live stream is helping people sign up. So we have 1 more to give away. Still looking for that third person. So if you sign up, when you get your receipt, you need to take a snapshot, screenshot of it, something, and you need to private message that to me so that I can send it to Michael and he can get Herbie, your own personal Herbie, early before anybody else, and you can be pimping that, okay? So it's great. So what can I say about our person today? I can say that this person absolutely inspires me, but what inspires me more about this person is the fact that had it not been for Avon, I would not know this lovely lady. She is probably, and this may give it away, but that's okay. She is really probably more like a daughter to me. And luckily her mama shares her, so I'm very grateful for that. But also a very good friend, somebody who's been there for Lee and I through thick and thin. I have never laughed so hard as when this person is in my presence telling her stories. It is absolutely amazing. She is going to be sharing with you today what she loves about it. And what I love about this person is, last year, I watched this person with her team members that showed up. That was inspiring. Watching them together, watching them all get to know each other, it just, you could just tell there was just such a family atmosphere, and that is what this is all about. Learning and of course building yourself up and building others up and figuring out what the new products and everything are. But I think she's going to put another spin on this. And pardon us if we are laughing all the time, okay? Because that's kind of what we do. We laugh and we think about things we've done, and it's crazy. So what I'm going to say is, so I'm hoping this works because I'd like to think I'm getting better. Everybody, the Avon famous Carla Lytle. She is amazing. Thank you, Carla.
Thanks for having me. What an intro. Jeez, not like I have to live up
Yeah,
to
yeah.
anything, right?
Well, it's all true. It's all true. And, and she tells me how good my cooking is. So I have to keep her around for my
True
ego. So it's
story.
all good.
True story. Hi,
Yes,
everybody.
it is. So everybody, look, I'm also going to let Carla do a few shameful plugs why she's on here too, because, every Monday morning I get up and I get an email from Carla. And I would love to tell you it's just her saying, I love you, Marty, I love you. But that's not, she's kind of saying it, but she's not. But she has this awesome blog that she does. And I can't wait to read it because I always take part of her blog and I always share it with my team, what I get out of it. And then I say, what's wrong with you people? Sign up for this because she's awesome. And she has Facebook groups. And I don't just mean for our company. Our company is great and I love our company. But what she shares to help you in life. It doesn't matter what company that you're in. So a lot of people, you're happy with your company and you're just watching my crazy self because you like to watch me or something. But Carla has fabulous information, YouTube's so much. So she did this for free. She did not ask me for the plug. She did it for free, but I'm going to let her do it because I believe in what she shares and I get so much out of it. Carla, of course, welcome so much. And I just, look, I love her and you're right. I got a lot of people. I have people on my live streams. I'm sorry. I believe in them. I love them. And I could have had the Formidable Four, but y'all hear from them all the time. But Carla's like the baby sister of the Formidable Four. She's that person behind the scenes who's doing wonderful things, but she just doesn't talk about what she does a lot. So that's my job because I'm her adopted mommy and I tell everybody about what she does. Carla, I mentioned that I know you probably didn't know I was stalking you at RepFest, but I did. We didn't get to spend a lot of time together because we spend time with our teams here. But every time I saw you last year and saw your team, and I love your team, you're always saying, don't bother Molly. But the point is, I love your team because they come up and they're so genuine. And, but I watched you with them and it was like, y'all had magnets on you. Where one went, there was the other one. And you guys just celebrated everything together and it was inspiring. I still gotta get more of my team there because I don't quite have all that going on yet. So I just want to get your perspective. You've been with this company probably as long as I have, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know.
11 years.
Oh, okay. No, I've been in longer. Okay. But I remember when Carla told me I inspired her and I was like, okay. I remember the time she came up to me, her short little self, and she was
Let me
talking a
tell the
mile.
story. Let me tell the story.
Okay, you tell the story. I
Okay.
love this.
Let me tell the story. Okay. So I am a insanely honest person. I always ask people, are you sure you want to hear my opinion before I give it to you? Because sometimes people don't really want to hear your opinion. So I don't say things that I don't mean. And I was at an event, I think it was in Fayetteville, and they said that there was a speaker that was going to speak, and it was Molly. And she got on stage and she spoke. And after it was over, I made a beeline to you, directly to you. And I said, I just want to tell you, I don't say things that I don't mean, but you were very inspiring. You were amazing. You did a great job. And I meant it. I honestly meant it. I had no clue who she was or anything like that. It was the very first time I'd heard you and your story, but it was so inspiring that I thought that it prompted me to go say something. Because I think sometimes you feel like, wow, that was really great. And then you just leave the room. But this was so great that I felt like I had to tell you that it was amazing. So I went up to you. And then the next time I saw you was on, we got to take an Alaskan cruise together. And so we just hugged and we were like BFF ever since then. So
yeah, it was the best thing. It's still like one of my favorite pictures, although I feel like I have one boob sagging, kind of like it. Not a great picture of me, Carla, okay, but it is one of my endearing pictures, just so you know.
Well, we've lost a little weight since then.
Yes,
a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. So, So Carla, let's jump in. Let's jump in. You, like me, I'm not so sure that you had ever been to a national convention. I had been to leadership conventions, but I had never been to a national convention before.
Well, to give you guys background on me, because some of you might not know, my dad is, well, was a youth pastor. My whole childhood growing up, he was a youth pastor. So even as an infant, my father would take the youth group to conventions, big Christian conventions, and tons of people. And as a baby, I can't remember the name of the rock band, but I think it was Petra. It's an old Christian rock band. But even as an infant, they would take me to these, they didn't have anybody else to watch me, and they would lay me and let me sleep in the chairs while rock concerts were going on in the background. So we had been to conventions, and I really do think that that's a huge, my background is a huge part of where I get my team building skills from. Because if you've ever been associated with a well functioning youth group or a well functioning church, I know a lot of times they get a bad name because everybody's not inclusive. But my dad's was always inclusive of everybody and always loved everybody, and that was instilled in me when I was little. And we would go in as a youth group. And I remember being with teenagers way older than me and me being a little girl and holding on to their hands. And it was like standing outside of these convention halls to like rush and get the best seats for our entire youth group. And at one point in time, my dad had a youth group of over 200 people. So 200 kids like rushing, and I've got women who are obviously all over 18. So I just took that mentality with me to RepFest, and I knew that the bonding moments for me have always been together, and everything is more fun when you do it together. Now, my team has the full option to do whatever they want to, but once you get them all together, they don't want to not be together anymore. They're like, we want to be together, and the excitement feels more exciting when you're experiencing it with other people. And I've always said that I will make a fool out of myself for my team. So last year at RepFest,
you do it so well.
I had a big sign that said Team Incredible, so they would all know where to go, because I did have some people that couldn't get around as well, and I didn't want them in the middle of the masses, because it is like a concert. When they open those doors, like, it's time to go. It's go time. And people are running for seats. It's like a concert. So I had a sign that told the ones that couldn't deal with that, where they could come and we could all be together. So I really, really enjoy that. And I enjoy being with them and having a team spread out all over the country. I used to say we have one in every 50 states except for Alaska and Hawaii. And I swear to you, my team took that as like a challenge, because just last month we got one in Anchorage, Alaska, and one in Hawaii. So I was like, okay, good job.
Yeah, I thought they would be the hardest ones. That's what's crazy. I thought they would be. That was a sight. Yeah, it really was. I'm with you there. God, I didn't even know that. See, you guys need to follow this. I thought I knew everything about her, and I just learned something else. I didn't know Daddy did that. I had no clue. So that's pretty awesome. So Carla, when you think about these events, and there's so much that we could say about them, I think about you, and I think about some standout things. But when you think about this, what stands out, and kind of remove your team for just a moment, because I'd like to get the personal experience. Tell me about some things, a couple things, one thing that just stood out that made such a difference for you in this business.
In terms of RepFest or just the business as a whole?
I think RepFest.
Okay.
Business, I think you and I could go on all day long, but I just think about some things that we've talked about in the past, you and me, moments that you had.
Well, I can tell you.
And it just seems like you've had growth.
Oh yeah. Well, the number one thing that I think is so important, and if you guys are looking to follow me, my blog is carlalytle.com. It's my name.com, and that will get you over to my blog. You can sign up for my weekly blog. It's 100% free, and I am, like Molly said, I am interested in helping all network marketers because for me, network marketers, small base business owners, everybody, for me, when we elevate the industry as a whole, okay, that I believe that the rising tide helps all boats. So I want to help everybody have the most incredible life that they can have. And I honestly believe that that starts with planning. And I think that RepFest is a huge part of planning. And if you're not associated with my network marketing company, you're associated with another network marketing company, you have an annual convention. And there's an actual blog on my website that talks about why you should attend your annual convention, but it should definitely be a part of your business plan. Now, I can tell you the story of the very first Rep Fest that I attended. I don't think it was called Rep Fest; it was called convention.
Right.
But that was a pivotal point in my journey as a network marketer because I didn't join network marketing to make it my career. I joined it to make some money, cereal money, money to buy whatever cereal I wanted at the grocery store. And I didn't think of it as a business. I didn't take it seriously until I was laid off from my company. I was laid off. So, like, all of these people that are like, I don't have money to go, let me just give you this. Okay. So, I had $200, a plane ticket to Vegas in my bank account. That's what I had when I went to my very first convention, and no promise for any other money when I came home. Like there was no money. I was laid off. I didn't have a job, and I hadn't been approved for unemployment when I got on the plane to go to Vegas to my very first convention. And when I got there, literally, I had other things on my mind. I was worried about what I was going to do. This sounds so dumb now. Like I was like worried about how I was going to make money at a convention that was telling me how to make money. But I just was not in that frame of mind. I was still paycheck to paycheck. What am I going to do? And the one of the days at RepFest, I saw them putting people on stage, and they were telling how much money their teams made in a year. And I'm fairly good at math. And so I knew that even at my low level, if I had those team sales, I would be making way more than I was making as a teacher. Like I could do that math right off the bat. And so at that point in time, I looked on that stage and I thought, absolutely none of those people looked like me. Not one. They were all older than me because I was 27, I think, at the time. They all came from different states. They were all different colors, different religions, different everything. And I said, there was just so much difference in them. I said, if they can do it, I'm 27. I don't need stuff like sleep. I was like, I just got out of college. No need for sleep. You know, I know how to survive on ramen noodles and no sleep. That's what college is about. You know, I was a professional. So I said, if they can do it, I can do it. And then I started listening and learning. And on the way home, I live in North Carolina. I know y'all guys couldn't tell I was from the South by my accent. You thought of New York for sure, right? So on the way home, it's like a 5-hour flight. And all the way home, I started developing a plan on how I was going to make this business work, developing a plan. And I said, and this is another key point and that I want to like drive across in this. I said, I will do everything. Everything. If somebody has a suggestion, I'm going to try it because I don't know if it'll work for me or not until I try it. And I came home and I had a small team at the time and I gathered them all around me and I said, listen, guys, I'm going here. You can come with me if you want to. That's totally up to you, but I'm climbing this mountain. Buckle up, buttercup. Okay. So I said, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I think that's okay to say to people, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning. Anybody who is got an inspired idea had to learn how to do it before, they just made it perfect. Apple iPhones, we wouldn't have had them if there hadn't been a
Right.
bunch of mess before. So um, I gathered my team around. I said, this is what we're going to do. My team said, I'm in. I can't believe it. Like, I was literally like, for real? Because I don't know what I'm doing. I got no clue. They were like, that's okay. We'll follow you. And so,
Piper girl.
yeah, they were like, okay. And so we did stuff. And I'm not here to tell you that that everything worked out. Not everything didn't work out. I said we attended events where it was us and the other vendors and nobody else. And we're like walking around to other vendors like, hey, water, cool. We sell makeup, Want some makeup to go with your water? I mean, it was, just we just did everything. And in a year, working the plan, doing everything that we could, any idea everybody had. I mean, we sold baskets on the side of the road in the snow. Like, it was started snowing. My people from up north, because a lot of my team is from the north. There's some from the south too, but I asked at one point in time if there was anybody still left in New York because I thought they had all moved down here. But one of my girls from Connecticut was like, as soon as the one flake comes, she was like, girlfriend, I got to go. I can't drive in this. And I'm like, I'm from north. You're from the north. What in the world? But we sold baskets on the side of the road in the snow, and to the point where, and I was determined, and this is another thing, determination can get you where you need to go. Like, if you don't have that will get you there. Because I drove around to not gas stations, oil changing places, car shops, until I sold absolutely every single basket that I made. Now, for me, that wasn't how I wanted to build my business, so obviously we didn't continue it. But I had that experience, and I made it work. But it was all as a result of being at that original Rep Fest and hearing the ideas and really understanding that you could make money. So, I mean, I know there's a guest option as well. And if you have somebody in your life who doesn't think that you can make money with this company, which I know there's a lot of people out there that think that you can't make money with network marketing, even though people are doing it every day. So if there's somebody in your life that's like, you can't make money with that, you got a sister or cousin or anybody like that, I say, have them go with you, talk them, get them in. And this is how you get people that don't want to go. Okay. You tell them that they're going to do something fun. Okay. Because when I went to Vegas, it had nothing to do with going to learn and everything to do with the fact that I could take it as a tax write-off and I got to go to Las Vegas. So if you have people that haven't seen the vision and they don't really have anybody that they can touch and talk to and hear from that is making real money, because people think you don't make real money. I don't know, monopoly money, I guess.
Money, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, fake money. Then definitely pays all my bills. Just wrote a check with that fake money yesterday for my house. It was a good time. They took it. But
Imagine
that.
I
know. I just got a printing press at the house and just cranking it out. But no. If you have a guest, I mean, I would say bring a guest. If you have and I just wrote a blog article about this too, about family support, like how important it is to build a family business and to have a family vision for what you want your life to go. So if you have a spouse, maybe that is not thinking that you're doing a good job or that you have a real job, I say get them in as a guest. Get them in as a guest, because it is totally different when you see it. It is totally different. And one thing that I had in the beginning when I attended Rep Fest was it inspired me. It inspired me to do things that I didn't think that I could do before. And one thing that my team has said, and this is coming from my girls, And the older you get, you've been in the business, you've been to a million rep fest or whatever, you get to have friends and you're busy with your team, and you sometimes miss the stuff that new people get. But my team comes back to me and says, the feeling, it's the feeling of being loved and being supported and being, feeling like you're beautiful and feeling like you have a place and that people care about you. That is the feeling that you get for Rep Fest. And I don't think that's so sad to me, because you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that you're loved just for you, and you're amazing just because you're a person and you're alive and you're breathing. And that is the feeling that you get when you're in a room. And you wouldn't think being in a room with 6,000 people would feel like that. I'm sorry, I'm going to get emotional and cry. God. But
Mama
it
here.
is.
It's okay, baby. Mama here.
It
It's
is.
good. It's all good.
It is that. And I love it
really
because I feel like my team and people that come, that may be the only time of year that they get to feel like that they get to have somebody wrap their arms around them and say, I love you, just for you. And that's so lacking in the world today. And literally, I've said this before, if they were going to bottle the feeling, like put it in a container and sell it, that you get from RepFest, it would cost millions and millions and millions of dollars, because you can't get it anywhere else. And this is another promise. I can make this and I can sign my name off on this. There is nobody that will ever go to one and not come back the next year. And there's nobody that will go and say, I learned absolutely nothing. This was a total waste of my time. Never happens. It never happens. But people want to make a butt ton of excuses as to why they can't do something, instead of coming up with a ton of ways that they could accomplish something. Just because it's hard, because you have to think about it for a minute. Like, come on. If somebody needed a kidney that you loved and it was going to cost $500, that was it. You could buy a kidney to save somebody's life for the bargain price of $500. Everybody who says they can't afford it, they don't have the money, could find $500 for a kidney to save somebody's life. This is going to change your life. And change your life. Okay?
No more sitting on the sidelines. And gosh, Carla, I didn't even know you had all this. Believe it or not, guys, we don't practice this stuff. She just comes up with it. And it's one of the reasons why she was one of my choices.
I could talk to a brick.
I don't think before Avon.
I had nothing prepared, so I'll talk long.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just cut me off. Be like,
I just don't want to cut you off, because your message is so clear and it's so vital to people who have never felt like they were part of something ever. Like, I've always wondered what it was like to be a part of something bigger than me, because to be quite honest, I never quite felt good enough just being me.
Here's a secret for you. There is no woman in the world, I don't care what model they are, Kardashians, all of them, that feels good enough. It's like a serious toxic problem.
Absolutely.
So you're not alone. It's everyone, every single woman.
But this is it. This is it. This is I found myself, I say this with everybody, like, I'm sitting there, sometimes I don't even know why I'm crying in the general session. It's not because somebody's always up there giving an inspirational story. It's that there is that feeling they talk about. The feeling is there. You can't walk away. You got to stay in your room to hide from it, because everywhere you go, there is love. And I want to say too, with this age of social media, and you're so good at bringing this to light for people, the names that you see, the faces that you see, I mean, some people have their high school one on, but that's okay. We find them anyways. The point is, you're going to see the names. Suddenly, you've already got this kind of connection going on. Now, these connections will never be lost.
Yeah.
It's just infinite. It's infinite. I mean, I loved meeting you, but the joy was, convention or not, those things brought you guys to me, whether it was an event where I was speaking at, or the point is the camaraderie of getting together and what we have formed. It has made me a better person. For that, I thank you. I thank you, because it's not, we want to say it's the company, it's the people.
Oh no,
it's the people. Avon is the vehicle. It is the people.
Yeah, Avon gives us the space, you know. Yes, they put on a great show, and they have. Yes, they do. And I will tell you, if you like free stuff, like celebrity swag stuff, like they got it for you. Okay, so I mean, they put on a great show. They treat you very well, and this is one thing that it was important to me. If you go to an Avon event, you can feel safe, because if something happens, God forbid something happens, Avon will help you get to a hospital. I think it was my second convention, also in Las Vegas. See, if anything can happen, it'll happen to me. I went to the doctor and I said, I don't feel right. You know, something's not right. I thought I had a urinary tract infection. That's what I thought it was. And so they did too. They gave me some medicine. Well, I got up in the plane to go to Vegas. I got down in the plane to come to Vegas. And within 8 hours, it was like in the middle of the night, I felt like somebody was taking a knife and stabbing me in the back, stabbing me to death. I thought I was going to die. I was convinced that I had swallowed a piece of glass. There was glass in my drink that I drank somehow, and that it was cutting through the inside of my body. What I didn't know was it wasn't a urinary tract infection. It was a kidney stone. And the plane ride up and the plane ride down had dislodged it and made it start to move. So we immediately called. Avon threw me in a cab. They had the little security people come up. They took me out in a wheelchair, threw me in a cab, and sent me to the Las Vegas hospital. Within like 6 hours, I was fine. I was back, and this was right before conference happened. I was able to do conference and have all the fun and everything. But, you know, even if you have a medical something, Avon will get people to help you, you know, or we've had people miss flights, lose luggage, all kinds of things that, you know, just happen when you're traveling. And it's so nice to be like able to reach out to Avon and be like, hey, something has went wrong. I need somebody to help me with what's going on in this area. So you can feel safe anytime you're traveling with Avon. That's another big bonus for me, as opposed to like if you go somewhere and travel on your own and it's kind of like, better pull out the phone book, buddy, you know. So that's, I mean, I don't know, it's important to me, especially if you're out of the country. Like, you know, when we go out of the country, just having to know that we have that there is amazing. So, but they're like, it's like a little town, I guess. And then the people are what make the town so amazing. And
And Carla just took another excuse away from me. Don't bring your wheelchair. Bring whatever you need. Just come on. We all gonna take care of you. That's right.
And I'll tell you, I've had 5 knee surgeries over the course of my life. One of the knee surgeries required me to be on crutches, and I couldn't even go to the bathroom by myself for 6 months. And I remember a very distinctive moment where I'm sitting in the bathtub and my best friend is holding my leg out of the water so I can wash myself. And I remember crying because I didn't have my independence, and I am very independent. And I remember through that experience saying, I will never, never, ever let a physical disability of any kind stop me from doing what I want to do. Because I do see people use that. They're like, well, I don't want to get in a wheelchair, and I don't want to do X, Y, and Z, or I don't want to do that. And I'm like, if it's miss out on life or get in the wheelchair, get in the wheelchair.
Get in the wheelchair. That's
like,
right.
Somebody will push you, and when you're in a wheelchair, you get like the first of everything. Okay, so it's not like you don't even have to
That's
stand
right.
in line with us little peasants. Okay, because
And I'll ride on the back of it if you get one of them automatic ones. I ride on the back of it with you. You can take me with you. And so we'll do wheelies together. Let's do it.
I'll push you because you get to go in first. Like you're going in first.
So
all right.
funny.
So, I've always felt like that because I know there will come a day. There will come a day where I will have to make that same decision that some people are trying to make right now,
Mm-hmm.
which is I can't walk that far. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I've already made up my mind that I'm going to get in the stupid wheelchair and go because
right.
I don't want to miss out on life.
By the time that comes, we will have bought you your own battery packed one. We take it with us, and it's gonna have stuff coming out the back of it. So everybody's gonna know Carla's coming.
Glitter.
She's sassy. She's
sassy.
Okay,
Glitter.
Carla, top Rep Fest moment ever.
My top Rep Fest moment ever for me would have to be I guess it's tied. I actually spoke a few years ago on stage at National Convention, and it was on the main stage, and it was 5 years from the Rep Fest that I made the plan to go to the top of the company.
And she was epic. Epic on
and that's
stage.
On YouTube
epic.
Somewhere, like buried in the back. But
yes.
And then the second time I guess would have to be when I got to do a seminar and being able to help people. That's my passion, is being able to help and inspire other people to take their business further. That's just where it's at for me. But I did.
Carla, did you ever see that? Did you ever see that coming in the beginning? Or was that a growth thing? This thing with, you know what, I knew in this is what I wanted to do. Is that something that you saw in your growth with this business? Or was that something that you always wanted to do and you were looking for your place?
I think because of my family's background and my dad dragging us around to churches and always helping kids. And, at one point in time, I was asked, do you want to go into ministry? And I said, no, I don't. I don't think that's where my calling is. But because I had been around kids, I wanted to help children. And I have attention deficit disorder and dysgraphia. They're learning disabilities. And as a child, I felt very different, and I had to do stuff my own way. And so I wanted to inspire children that no matter what their situation was, that they could be, do, and have anything that they wanted. So that was why I went into teaching. And then I found that instead of teaching children, that my real passion was in helping parents be there for their children. So it was kind of a progression for me. But I always knew that I was passionate about helping people. But for me now, it's more helping families understand their vision, helping families understand how to overcome obstacles, helping families accomplish their dreams and goals so they can live their most incredible life. Like, if people say, what do you do? And I say, I teach entrepreneurs and small-based business owners how to develop a plan to build success faster so they can live incredible lives. And that is what I'm passionate about doing. So
great.
Hey,
now let me ask
Teresa
another
Paul.
one. Yes, she's on here. T-Paul is here.
I just saw her come up.
Let's. Do you feel like you have found your sweet spot in all of this, or do you? And if so, what is your sweet spot? And if not, where do you feel like you're going to find that?
I believe that life is a lifelong learning process, and I'm not done. I won't be done till I die. I say I'm a natural teacher, and as a teacher, that almost automatically makes you a natural learner.
Just once, I'd like to trip you up. That was a trip you up statement, and you just passed. Stop it.
Well, I mean, I think you're always learning. So I'm passionate about doing that. It's just ingrained in who I am. And I think you have to find who you are. And if you're a network marketer that doesn't know who you are, what you like, what you want for your life, well, I can give you a free resource right now. Free resource to help you nail that down, which is located on my blog. It's my Dreams and Goals Planner. And the reason why I created this, so if you guys go to carlalytle.com, it's right there on the front. You can download it. It'll go right to your email for free. But if you don't know what you like, who you are, what your dreams are, what your goals are as a network marketer, it makes it way harder to do the business. And I didn't realize when I first started the business how much self-development and how much being a better person for yourself is involved in network marketing, but that's a key component to it, and really learning yourself and loving yourself. And so, I mean, I'm not done yet. I don't know where I'll end up, but this is the start.
I love that. In bringing all this together, Carla, you were the then mystery guest, 6th mystery guest, and I have been very selective about who this is, because I want to, my purpose in all this is everybody goes because they want to meet everybody. But I believe that there are certain people that I have met in this business who people need to meet, and they need to follow, and they need to watch, because I believe in watching people who are doing it, not talking about it. And you are one of those people. You are definitely my top 10.
Well, thanks.
And you are, obviously the formidable, my 3 of my 4 are obviously up there at the top max, but they're always showing it and doing it. You guys inspire me every day. You've never quit. We've talked about it. We have frustrated about it. We have all felt the same way. We have all said, what are we doing? What if? And I have watched you at some of your lowest points in the times that I've seen you. But you are somebody, my dear, who has always gotten back up, who has said, I'm not done. I'm getting back up. You will not hold me down. I know what I want, and this is my vehicle to get it done. And really what you've done is you've just turned it around to help other people.
Yeah.
So I need everybody to know.
Oh, don't make me cry. Again.
She's your girl. She's one of your girls. She's one of your girls. You need to not only follow her blog, and you need to not only visit her Facebook pages and groups and be a part of this. You want to learn from somebody who doesn't talk it, but they walk it. This is one of those girls, and I'm seeing it every day. And I'd love to tell you in her numbers, but to me, her numbers, her team's numbers, they're a small part of it. What I've watched her grow in the years that I have known her. Growth is possible. It's possible even if you're not mature. It's possible even if you have no money. It's possible if you have no self-esteem. But you got to not quit, and you have got to take advantage of these things like RepFest. Because this is where you meet the people who inspire you, the people who say, damn, if she can do it, I heard her story, I can do it. And a lot of people would say, well, Carla, we know Carla, but why did you? No, you don't just know Carla. If you know Carla, then you know why Carla is on my pop-up RepFest video, because there is nobody better to be on here and to share the story of her life. And by the way, she's only touched a little bit of her life, a little bit of her journey. Her journey is amazing. Her journey, sometimes I think her journey made my journey look kind of crazy, and y'all know my journey, but we talk about that another time when I have her on.
I say God doesn't give you more than you can handle, but I wish he didn't trust me so much. My thing
that's
is,
it, girl.
I think I was, the reason why I was put on this planet, like why God created me, was purely for his own entertainment. I was like,
that's right.
Because some of the stuff that happens to me, you can't make up. You can't make up. I was like, you can't make this. I was like, I am purely made for his entertainment. That's what it was. He was like,
I
let
agree.
me just
That's
watch
okay.
this.
We got this. We
Yeah.
got this. We got this. So everybody, show Carla some love. This has been, I keep thinking, what am I going to do? How is each one going to get better? I've got to think of more stuff. I just need to learn to sit back and let this thing roll, because every time it gets better. She was the right choice. She is your right choice for somebody to follow. Carla is not done until she's 6 foot under. She will not be done. She will not be that old person in the chair. She will be the older person with the young at heart, racing the next person who's running. I know Carla. That's who she is. So thank you, Carla. Everybody look her up, connect with her, and she will be at RepFest. So definitely go up, give her one of them big
You'll
hugs,
see my
tell her what
sign.
she has done.
You'll see
Yes,
my sign.
find the sign. That's what I look for, because she's short. So I have to look for the sign because she's short for sure. And I will see you soon, my friend. I cannot wait to see you and hug you. Take care. Tell your team I said hi, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, babe.